Hello again. So today's video is a little fountain pen haul. I purchased a Flex nib pen from Fountain Pen Revolution. A few people have actually suggested this shop to me, and since I've expressed interest in Flex nibs, and so I decided to give it a try. I purchased the Himalaya green ebonite with a extra fine ultra flex nib. My first impressions are it's a very lightweight pen. It doesn't really feel very substantial. However, it does look nice. They do come with a converter, which I do appreciate a converter that can screw into the body of the pen. My All-American does that. When I filled it with ink, it took forever for it to start writing, and when I did start writing, the ink started to bleed and fuzz on my paper, which was very annoying because I use a 1917 notebook and I don't normally have that issue with my fountain pens. And so I tried it on just some fountain pen paper and it wasn't doing it, but it is a very flowy pen once it started going. The ink was just gushing out, kind of, not in a way that I couldn't write with it, but still in a way that I felt like it emptied the converter really quickly. I don't know if this is just how these pens are or if it's my pen. The actual nib is wonderful though. I think it is so much fun to use. The flex looks great, and it's not, I don't know how to explain it because I haven't really had a lot of flex nibs. Like, I haven't tried a lot of flex nibs, but it was easy to use and it felt nice. And after having it for a couple of days now, I still feel as though it goes through ink really quicker than I feel like my other pens do. And I don't know if it's just because it's putting down a lot of ink when I'm flexing and therefore it just goes through the ink quicker, but it just goes, like, I write a page and I feel like I'm already almost empty. It's really weird. And then of course I compare it to my first testing that I did when I first got it, so it's not bleeding anymore, so that's at least reassuring. Sometimes it does kind of bleed through the back of the paper, but that's just depending on, I guess, how much I'm pressing down. My All-American Conklin is still like my favorite flex nib pen. It just is so perfect. I love this pen. I love writing with it. It's just so much fun, and I love the ancient copper with it. Which is different from my word gauge. I just feel as though this, even though it's the same nib, it just doesn't write the same way. But this one I feel as though I can't even flex it because it just puts so much ink on the paper, which you can see in the little spiral area that it bled through. My vintage pen is great, but this one also has a hard start, but I do love this one a lot because it feels like I feel a flex nib pen should feel like. When I started writing with the Himalaya again, it immediately just kind of started dying, and so I had to refill it with ink, and it's just I don't know, it goes through ink really quickly. But yeah, I think my All-American is my favorite out of the flex nib pens I have. I still want to try more, but all in all, I still think it's like reasonably priced. It feels like it's not too heavy and it's easy to use, but I'm hoping that the next pen, if I do purchase another one from this one, it won't be as, I guess, juicy. Or I don't know. Maybe this is just how flex nib pens are. I'm curious, if you purchased from Fountain Pen Revolution, did you have the same issues? Well, that's all I have to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.